As for me, when I'm a father, I will only choose the most based and enriching of entertainment possible. For example, my child will not have a Switch. My child is going to have a Nintendo DS. And they're going to have Dr. Kawashima's brain training. And they're also going to have new Super Mario Bros., Mario 64, and Mario Kart. That's what they'll have. You know what? I also think certain RPGs would be really good for kids as well. Because the amount of reading, I think, would encourage them to read a lot. Certain Pokemon games. You guys ever play Pokemon Ranger? Remember Pokemon Ranger? The one on the DS where you have the stylus and the little thingy? And you have to, like, spin it around the Pokemon. Man, I think that might have been the first game I had on the DS back in the day. I had never played a Pokemon game before. That was my first ever Pokemon game. And I remember, like, really discovering a lot of what made games so special and feeling so free, you know, with the semi-open world design of that game. And I remember the one quest line where you had to find a Blastoise to bring the river back to the thing. You're so young. I discovered video games much later in life, okay? It took me a while because I'm an old fart. It took me a while to come around on games, okay? I only got into them around the early 2000s. But they'd been around for at least, like, sort of 20, 30 years by that point. You're so young. Ha! Aren't you 4? I'm 4 spiritually, but I am still old. I am still very old. I'm 4 at heart. What film would you introduce to your kid when they're 5, 10, 15? Okay. This is a really good question. When my kid is 5, if I could choose one film to introduce to them at those different ages... At 5, you want something that's, like, somewhat challenging, but still really good. Oh yeah, Star Wars. Like, if I could pick a whole film series, the original trilogy, Star Wars, just fully get them into Star Wars when they're 5. Because at its core, Star Wars is for kids, right? And Star Wars is at its best, I think, when it's being made with families in mind, when it's being made for all ages, you know? People forget, it's not for 5-year-olds, people forget the original Star Wars were all rated U. Star Wars Episode 4, 5, and 6 are all rated U. They are meant for children. And that's one of the best parts about it, because it's so pure. They're literally, like, you know, the prequels are rated PG-12, whatever it is. For a 5-year-old? Yeah, I know lots of kids. Oh god, it was the sweetest thing when the sequel trilogy were coming out, before the fucking neckbeards got their hands on the sequels and said, I don't like it because Rey's a woman and I'm never gonna feel the touch of a woman. Before the neckbeards got their hands on the sequel trilogy, a bunch of my friends took their kids to go and see The Last Jedi and The Force Awakens and stuff, and their kids, they loved it. They loved it. All these kids, like, getting their toy lightsabers and their little blaster pit and their X-Wings and going, like, Star Wars, and, like, spinning it around. Kids, they love Star Wars, right? Before these fucking disgusting man-children got their hands on Star Wars and said, I don't like it because the Force doesn't actually work that way, and they killed Admiral Akbar even though he's a fucking fish guy who I only care about because of a meme, you know. It's just, man, you know, Star Wars is just fun and kids love it, families love it, but then suddenly they're like, well... Anyway, so at their 5, I'll introduce them to Star Wars.